Eid al-Azha is a festival that carries immense spiritual weight and beauty, but have you ever paused to reflect deeply on the Sunnahs of this blessed day, the actions and traditions the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, practiced and encouraged that bring us closer to Allah and purify our hearts? Before this Eid, let's journey together into understanding these timeless Sunnahs that every Muslim should know and cherish, so we don't miss the true essence behind the celebration. Imagine standing in the early morning light, your heart filled with gratitude and your soul prepared to submit entirely to the will of Allah, just as our beloved Prophet, peace be upon him, did over 1,400 years ago. The Prophet, peace, taught us that Eid al-Azha is not merely about the sacrifice of an animal but about sacrifice in all its forms, surrender, devotion, and generosity. One of the first Sunnahs is the fasting on the day of Arafah, the 9th of Dhul-Hijjah, which the Prophet, peace be upon him, described as expiating the sins of the past year and the coming one. He said, "Fasting on the day of Arafah expiates the sins of 2 years, the past one and the coming one, Muslim." This fasting embodies humility and preparation for the Eid prayer and sacrifice that follows, teaching us to cleanse our souls before the celebration. Then comes the Sunnah of donning the best clothes and using perfume before going to the Eid prayer, as the Prophet, peace, said, "The best of your clothes on the day of Eid." This simple act symbolizes honor, dignity, and readiness to meet Allah with the best of ourselves. Picture the streets filled with families dressed in their finest, greeting each other with genuine smiles and heartfelt prayers, embodying the unity and joy Eid brings. The Eid prayer itself is a profound Sunnah. The Prophet, peace, led it with 2 rak'ahs, beginning with takbir, raising the voice in glorification of Allah, and emphasizing community. He would increase the takbir beyond what is usual in the daily prayers, reminding us to lift our hearts and voices in remembrance of Allah's greatness on this special day. Before the prayer, the Sunnah is to walk to the prayer place, not ride, as narrated from the Prophet, peace, symbolizing humility and solidarity with fellow worshippers. Another vital Sunnah is to greet one another with Eid Mubarak, sharing blessings and spreading love, echoing the Prophet's, peace, teachings of brotherhood and kindness. The act of Qurbani, the sacrifice of an animal, is the pinnacle of Eid al-Azha, commemorating the unwavering faith of Prophet Ibrahim, peace be upon him, when he was willing to sacrifice his beloved son as an act of obedience to Allah. Allah, in His mercy, replaced the son with a ram, a story beautifully told in the Quran, and we ransomed him with a great sacrifice. Surah Az-Safat 37:107. But the sacrifice is more than the physical act of slaughtering. It's a reflection of our willingness to submit to Allah's commands, to let go of our worldly attachments, and to share our blessings with others. The Prophet, peace, emphasized the etiquette of sacrifice, that the best sacrifice is the one done with sincerity and kindness, and that the meat should be divided into 3 parts, one for the family, one for friends and relatives, and one for the needy. This teaches us the spirit of generosity and social responsibility. Reflect for a moment. How can we embody this spirit in our daily lives beyond Eid? The Sunnah of remembering the supplications taught by the Prophet, peace, during the sacrifice is essential. He would say, "O Allah, accept this from me," reminding us to seek acceptance and sincerity in all acts of worship. The day of Eid al-Azha is also a day of forgiveness and unity. The Prophet, peace, urged Muslims to mend broken ties, to forgive grievances, and to strengthen the bonds of brotherhood. In a world that often divides us, Eid stands as a powerful reminder that our faith is a force that unites. Imagine the feeling of embracing a brother or sister after months of distance, sharing laughter, and praying together. This is the heart of Eid. Lastly, the Sunnah of celebrating with family and community, sharing meals, stories, and love, connects us to the legacy of the Prophet, peace, and the early Muslim community, who saw Eid as a time to uplift spirits and renew faith. As we approach this blessed day, I invite you to reflect deeply. Are we embracing the Sunnahs of Eid al-Azha fully, or are we just following rituals without understanding? Let us strive not only to perform the acts but to internalize their meanings, to sacrifice not just animals, but arrogance, selfishness, and neglect, to spread kindness as abundantly as the sacrificed meat, to pray with hearts full of submission and gratitude. Remember, the greatest gift of Eid al-Azha is the opportunity to renew our covenant with Allah, just as Ibrahim, peace be upon him, did, and to walk away from the day with souls purified, relationships healed, and hearts filled with faith. May Allah accept all our sacrifices, forgive our shortcomings, and make this Eid a source of endless blessings for you and your loved ones. Eid Mubarak.